Ken, the day has finally come.
Hey Greg, so it is 4th of July weekend. It's 40 degrees or 38 degrees right now up here in the high mountains of Colorado.
Feels a lot more awesome than I thought it was going to feel.
Yeah, I'm a little chilly, but it'll be nice once we hit the trail.
Yeah.
Since it's 4th of July weekend, I got my old Army, I wore it in Iraq hat on.
Very outstanding.
Yeah, it's even got some
it's
nice
got
little...
The Elson on the back and a little bit of Arabic or
yep.
something. Okay.
Had that done in wherever it was in Iraq, Camp Warhorse. So...
Episode 3.
Episode 3. We're going to be doing 2 14ers today. The Grays Peak and Torreys Peak.
Absolutely.
It's going to be about an 8-mile round trip from here, the summer parking lot. We'll get our recording started here on All Trails in just a second.
Yeah.
And this is a big weekend for me because
it is.
Today is the day that I am now older than my father was.
Wow.
So I'm 49, I'll be 50 at the end of this month, and Dad made it to 30 days before his 50th birthday when he passed away from his second heart attack.
Right.
So I'm feeling pretty good. I just went to the doctor this week, weighed in at 190 from my high of 300
Crazy.
A few years ago.
Crazy.
And resting heart rate was 46, blood pressure 121/81. I'm feeling pretty good about where I am physically right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we'll mention this more, but episode 3 is sponsored by Carl Pills. We appreciate all you've done to kind of get us to where we are physically. And nutritiontotheedge.com. And there's a podcast you can mention, and then we'll make sure that everybody's got contact information. We'll tell a little bit more of the story as we're going.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Carl has done a lot of research, and he's really debunked all the myths that we're living with. Low fat, no salt, lots of carbs, all that stuff. It throws it all away and says, hey, this is what really works, and it has really worked for me.
With tons of research. So
yeah, it's not just he's not just shooting from the hip. He does a lot of research.
Absolutely.
And he talks about it in his podcast.
And a lot of current science that backs all that up. So. All right, well, we've already kind of wrecked a little bit on technology, so I won't have my my stick. We're going to go with one camera and a wearable, but you know what? We're gonna make it work. We're going to see Grays and Torreys Peaks today, and so
it'll be a great day.
It'll be a great day. So Ken, basically right in this area was where we should have started, but unfortunately...
We ended up down here, parking the car at the bottom of that area, and then coming about another 3/4 of a mile back up to the trailhead. Then following the trail right up this beautiful valley, craggy, gorgeous mountains on the left, this big mountain on the right. And up here, we're now looking at the bowl where we actually saw people
ski. I think we heard some guys sledded. And as you see at the top of Grays here, we were supposed to come off that way. But unfortunately, we ended up going this direction. And then at that point right there, ended up traversing across kind of, it was a little bit hairy. What do you think?
It was a little hairy. It was a pretty steep snow field. We were able to, it was crunchy snow, so we were able to get good grip by kicking in. But it was probably more dangerous than anything else we've done so far. And then, of course, we went all the way up to Torreys, and now the cursor is showing us coming back down the valley, which we did a few hours later.
And let's show you what we did. Normally, if we'd have gotten here really early, probably could have parked right at the trailhead.
Yeah, probably like 5 in the morning.
So, unfortunately, we had to park way down. Well, I mean, we think we did.
About a half mile.
But there's a whole bunch of stuff on the side of the road here, as you see. So we're gonna actually probably start the official trailhead up here. We've got a car that's gonna brave that there's gonna be some parking spaces up here. We'll see if he's right. Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous.
And looking over here to the left, you can see why they call them the Rocky Mountains.
They're pretty rocky.
Pretty rocky, and they're pretty mountainous.
All right, so what do we got here? So we got Grays Peak, National Recreation Trail.
Trailhead.
Yep.
All the way up. And then there's the split
Gonna go
to
over
Torreys, back over to Grays. Some switchbacks there and coming down.
Yeah, so actually we'll stay to Grays first, hit it, and then come back
Gotcha.
that way. So
Took us 20 minutes to get to the trailhead.
yeah, so gorgeous little bridge here as you start.
Ah.
As you look up into the meadow there, that's just incredible. You can see some of the vista in behind us here, and we'll pick it up and show you specifically where we're headed today, but we're going to be doing these two 14,000 foot peaks.
Yep. One of them is named Gray's Peak and the other one's named Torrey's Peak. And it is an absolutely phenomenally gorgeous walk up here. You know, you come up the road through a little bit of a pine valley, and then when you hit the trailhead, it opens up into this high alpine meadow that's just amazingly beautiful.
Yeah,
And
I was going to say, I think that one of the unique things about this particular trek is you basically start above tree line. We're already at 11,000 feet to start with, so we got to go about 3,000 vertical feet. Then down through what we'll show you here, this little saddle, and then we kind of merge back and then come back. So
yep.
Should be about a 4 to 5 hour trek, depending on how much we stop for filming. And our guest stars today, no,
Not quite yet.
we'll see you up on top, right?
Okay.
It's a date. Good. We'll have my agent call your agent, and
All right.
that's what's fun about being on a trail is there's a lot of folks that are just really fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Ken, this is amazing. I'm going to go grab our camera and we'll do a little bit more discussion on kind of where we got,
Yep.
where we're going to. So you can see Grace Peak right in the middle of the frame, and there's a bunch of switchbacks that you can kind of see cut through a little bit of the snow, and then we'll go down that saddle, and you can just see Torreys poking out over top of the green hill. But if you look back at this ridge line, which is just unbelievable, so you're kind of hemmed in, and then that's down the valley that we came up. And anything else?
Nope. I'm anxious. I want to get on top of that thing and see what we can see.
All right, let's go.
Morning.
Morning, good morning.
Morning.
Hi.
Hi.
We'll create a cordon for you. Nice work.
Thanks.
Oh, you guys are even rucked up.
Good deal.
Impressive.
We didn't run up.
We're going to next time. So you got Grays up here, and then we're going to follow that ridge line all the way up to Torreys and then come back. We'll catch the trail and then kind of end up coming down there. Class 3 along that ridge line, the east side trail is class 1 for Grays, and then I think it moves to a little bit of a 2 for Torreys, but pretty straightforward. We're going to be following kind of this valley trail for the next probably hour and a half to 2. Get up, follow the saddle to Torreys, and then we'll come back. Just a little bit of the shot back down the valley. Just really gorgeous, and the sun's going to be beautiful probably about the time frame that we come back. So we're really just starting to get into, I would say, probably the heavy lifting, wouldn't you say, Ken?
I would. What?
You can see some folks on the trail.
No.
Way even up
not as ambitious.
I'm not going to zoom in, but you can see some of the tiny little dots. And then here's the bowl that we've heard of folks sledding down and even skiing. So let me zoom in on the top and I'll hold it steady.
Okay.
See if we can catch some of the guys. I'll have to take it by faith that we can see it. All right, Ken, let's keep going, brother.
All right.
Some nice little pools down in the valley there, and I don't know if you can pick it out, but there's a nice little tent down there that somebody pitched overnight. So thoughts on the first half here, Ken?
Well, we haven't quite made it to the summit yet, and it reminds me a lot of the top area on Pikes Peak, but more of it.
Yeah.
You know, Pikes Peak, you're going up and you clear the tree line and you're only a mile or so from the top, it feels. No, I guess it's not quite that. Might be just about this long, but it's definitely a grind at this point.
Yeah. So I think behind you over your shoulder, Ken, what we're seeing is the trail that comes back from Torreys that hooks into the trail. So we'll see that probably in another 200, 300 yards. Where the trail wise, you can see that cut to the right.
Yeah, I'd call it 250, 200, 250, somewhere right in there.
Okay. And then got some really pretty aggressive boulders on the left here as we go up. So we're about ready to get. You can see a bunch of people up at the summit on Grays. You can see them up
here,
against the.
I would guess
the
5,
skyline.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. You could probably see 100 people from right here.
Yeah. Pretty neat. All right.
About 17 dogs.
Here is the Grays one direction, Torreys the other. So we'll come back through that traverse right there. And then we're going to be heading up this way for Grays. That's from whence we came. Yet another little segment after the split from Grays and Torreys. You can see the return route from Torreys kind of coming in. Ooh, Torreys is a little bit of a steepness. You can kind of see it up there. So here is the rock feature that I was kind of hopeful to see. That's pretty cool. We'll have to figure out, we'll put it on the screen what the name of it is.
We're in your way.
And here's the big valley.
Dun, 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 dun.
Look at some of the other peaks beyond. Some nice stuff over there.
We can probably edit out my rendition of the theme.
Oh, no. You need to keep that in. And there's some more traversing.
No overhang there.
Oh, I guess that top part is ours. The lower part is coming back. So you can still see quite a few folks getting up to the summit.
All right, Greg, so here the cursor is showing us on top of Gray's Peak, and the normal path over to Torreys is down that side and up to Torreys, right there where you turn around and come back. But here we are in Gray's, and what did we actually do?
Well, we went down all the switchbacks thinking that we were going to tie into the trail, and we had to go across the snowfield, which you'll see in just a minute.
Right, and now the cursor is going to show us going back up to Torreys the way we actually went across the pre-made traverse and stopped to admire some mountain goats.
All right, let's see what happened. Yeah, that
Mountain
makes me
goats.
really nervous.
Mountain goats.
I don't know, buddy.
I'm just keeping 4 points of contact on the snow, so I'm not putting my weight in any one spot when I'm moving.
Yeah.
You feeling okay about this, or you want to go back?
No, we're about halfway. Whew. So this is what we just traversed. Not recommended, but we did it. You good?
Yep.
I'm going to kind of make my way over to the trail. A little bit of a detour. Not too bad. I don't like that edge.
'Tis a wee bit of a drop, isn't it?
It's a wee bit of a drop.
Greg? Anorak? Anurag?
How are you?
We're all going to summit together. Cool. Let's go hit this thing. Here I am up here and I forgot my parachute.
Okay. I watched this guy. What inspired me to do this was for your success. There's a YouTube channel, a professor. He just goes around trying.
He's from Colorado Springs.
There's the first one we did. There's the second one.
Outstanding.
So we just did Gray's Peak and Torrey's Peak in only 4 hours and 40 minutes.
Which most
And now we
everybody's
gotta go
back to
back.
Colorado Springs by then.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Now we got to go back.
And celebrating the day that you're older than when your dad passed away.
Yeah, that's right. So this one's for you, Dad.
Perfect.
Love you and I miss you. Here we are, right in the saddle between the Gray's Peak and Torrey's Peak, just enjoying a fabulous view. And Greg is having some cramping, some pins and needles, and his leg cramping up his left quad.
It's quad and hamstring.
So
Why discriminate?
yeah, let the whole leg cramp at once. So we're taking a few minute break, getting some water in them, getting some nice salty peanuts in them, and we'll be back on the trail here in 15 minutes.
Hopefully sooner than that.
Hopefully sooner than that.
So we got a huge mountain goat.
Two of them.
Two of them.
And a marmot rock to the left.
Yeah. Coming down the trail toward us. Probably going down into that snowish stuff. Pretty cool. So Anurag carried both Ken and I like for the last 2 or 3 hours. No, he didn't actually physically carry us, but stayed with us, and it was a lot of fun. I appreciate hiking with you. So, what brought you out to? You were telling me a little bit about you wanted to have 5 14ers in your experience, and you had 4.
Yeah, I had already done 4, and I want to do more, so I didn't want to do a 5th one. I wanted to do 5th and 6th one together.
Well, perfect.
So that's why I came to Torreys and Torreys.
Okay.
And I've been doing 14ers for 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
Every year I try to do one.
Okay.
For me it is to a certain extent an spiritual experience.
Yeah.
That is there, and other than that it is fun.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. I don't like to let anybody out today. Just a tough one. We are finished. This was hard. So Ken, we're a little bit up the trail.
Yep.
And this is episode 3 of 2 Old Guys Conquer Colorado.
Kinda.
Thank you.
Let's start that one. Ready?
1,
3,
2, 1. Do it again. Ready?
1,
3, 2,
2,
1. Okay. There we go.
Wreck. I think it's recording. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille.
Ken's gonna go do a land survey.
It's a wee bit of a climb so far.
A wee bit of a climb.
Hey.
Let's keep climbing.